Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. So in today's video I'll be doing a technical breakdown on some major pairs. So if you are new to the channel, so this was a segment of my YouTube channel where I come in week by week to drop a trading insight and what I thought is going to be happening in the market for the upcoming week and for you guys to take an advantage of it. So if you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so that you won't be missing out on opportunity like this. So I drop a trading insight every week. So the very first pair we kick off with is the US dollar, which was the DXY. So looking at DXY, so the direction of the market is clearly to the upside. So price was respecting this upward trend, and also we have a first touch, we have a second touch, and now we have a third touch of it. So price already come back down to touch the trend line for the third touch and also touch a key level. So this was like a major level too. So price came back down to touch the key level and also the trend line level. So if this level does hold, if price continue back to the upside from here, then we are going to be seeing a downward movement on EURUSD and also on GBPUSD. So what I'm saying is that if as price got here, if price continue heading higher from here, so then we are definitely going to be seeing a downward movement on EURUSD and GBPUSD. So if that happens, then I'll be looking to short EURUSD and also I'll be looking to short GBPUSD. So but for now, price have already got into a major level and also a third touch of the monthly trend line. So currently I'm on the monthly time frame, so price have touched the monthly trend line and also a major level too. So it's likely that price finds support here and continue heading back to the upside. So in a situation whereby price continue heading higher from here, so like I said, we are going to be having a further drop on EURUSD and also a further drop on GBPUSD. So I'm still very much bullish on the US dollar. So I'm still very much bullish on DXY. So for DXY to continue heading higher, so if this level hold and price continue heading higher, so I'll be expecting price to break this downward trend line. So if price could break this downward trend line, then if price could break this downward trend line to the upside, so if price broke this counter trend line, then I'll be looking to GOT. So then that means that so what I'm just saying is that if price got here and price continue heading higher, so I'm waiting for price to clear this downward trend line, so for price to clear this counter trend line, so then I'll be looking to get into a sell trade on EURUSD and GBPUSD. But for now, price could still break the level back to the downside. So if this level does not hold, if price broke this level to the downside, then I might still be looking for buying opportunity on EURUSD and GBPUSD. But in a situation whereby price continue heading higher, so if this level hold and price continue heading higher, so like there's going to be like a selling opportunity on EURUSD and GBPUSD. So I will still be touching EURUSD and GBPUSD later on, but I'm just saying that if this level does hold, so price might continue heading higher from here, or price could still break the level back to the downside. If the level does not hold, so price could still break it to the downside. I will test of it, then a continuation back to the next major level. So the next major level is at this key level, so at this area where at the neckline of this double bottom. So this was the next major level. So if this level does not hold, so I'm going to be expecting price to continue heading back to the downside, back to the next major level at this point. So then we are going to be seeing maybe a further movement, a upward movement on, if this happens, if price broke this level, if this level does not hold, so we are going to be seeing a further movement to the upside on EURUSD and also on GBPUSD. So now it's time to look at EURUSD. So let's see how price was moving. So on EURUSD, so let's check it on the monthly time frame, right? So looking at EURUSD on the monthly time frame, so price already broken the downward trend line. So let me firstly draw it out so that what I'm saying will be clear to everyone. So price was like currently at the moment, price was looking like bullish, though the direction of the market overall is to the downside. But looking at how price was moving, so the market structure is looking bullish at the moment. So price have already broken the monthly trend line as well. So price have already broken it and we have a retest of it around this point. So if I go down to maybe the daily time frame or the 4-hour time frame, so we have a break and retest of the trend line too, and also a key level. So we have a break and retest of it. So price was like clearly moving to the upside. So this was the, so at some point I was expecting price to continue moving back to the upside, back into this key level, so around the neckline of this equal high. So we could see that this was the equal high and this was the neckline. So I was expecting price to like continue moving back to the upside, back into this level. So I was expecting price to move into this level and go rejected back to the downside. And the reason why I'm still expecting that to happen is just because we have the level aligned perfectly with the Fibonacci. So it's aligned perfectly with the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So it was a major level, and also it was like a Fibonacci level. So I was expecting, when price was moving higher, I was expecting price to got into it and got rejected. So this was the chart pattern. So, and ever since price create this equal high and also break below it, we have never had a proper retest of it. So that was what I was waiting for at this point. So I was expecting price to go here and go rejected back to the downside, and also it still aligned perfectly with the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So like everything was clearly pointing to the downside. Like I'm just expecting price to go here and go rejected back to the downside. So that's what like I was currently expecting when price got into the zone. So but now price already broken above this. So price have already broken above the zone around here, and it was now facing to the upside. So if I go to the daily time frame, right, we have, so when price broke the level, we have a break and also we have a retest of it. So at this point price could continue heading higher. So like what I'm saying on the DXY, so that if price, if that level hold, if that support level, if the level hold, then we are going to be seeing a downward movement on EURUSD. So if price continue back to the upside on DXY at that trend line level and also the major key level, so then we are going to be seeing a further drop on EURUSD. But in a situation whereby that level does not hold, if price broke that level and then price still continue heading back to the downside, then this break and retest will be valid, and then price might just continue moving back to the upside, back to the next major level. So the way I'm looking to trade EURUSD is, so now we already have a break and retest of this major level, and also price already broken out of the 78.6 Fibonacci level as well. So currently looking at this structure, it's not looking good for the EURUSD because price is now pointing to the upside. So but the overall direction of the market is clearly to the downside before, but now price is now like pointing to the upside. So it's likely that we have a further movement back to the next major level. So it's very much possible that price continue heading back to the upside, back to the next major level at this point. So if the US dollar, if that level does not hold, if price broke it to the downside, then we might be having a further movement on, like a upward movement on USD. But if price broke it, so if price broke this trend line back to the if price broke this support level back to the downside, then we are going to be seeing a like further movement to the downside. So if that level hold on the US dollar, then we are going to be seeing a further drop on EURUSD. Then if that happens, so I might be looking to get into a sell trade after we have a break of this trend line. So after we have a break of this trend line, so I might be looking to get into a sell trade if price broke below this level. So I'll be looking to get into a sell trade. But if the US dollar, so if that level does not hold on US dollar, if price continue moving back to the downside, so this break and retest is going to be valid. So it is just like an opportunity to go into a buy trade, but I'm not but it's still risky to go into a buy trade on EURUSD at the moment, because on DXY price was at the major level and also at the major trend line level. So getting into a buy trade here is very risky. So for me, if I could, so before I could get into maybe a sell trade on EURUSD, it will be after price broke. So before I could go into like a sell trade, it will be after price broke this level. So this level that price was going to find the support from, and also the trend line level. So it will be after price broke it. So then after we have a break of this level, so then I could start looking for maybe a buying opportunity on EURUSD. So after we have a clear break of this level now, so if price broke it to downside, so then I could start looking for maybe a buying opportunity on EURUSD. But for now, I'm not going to be looking to get into a buy trade yet, because price was still like at a major level and also at a 3-month trend line level. So price was still like finding support at this level. So it's likely that price continue moving back to the upside. So and if that happened, then EURUSD would definitely drop. So that's why I said it will be better to wait for, so to go into any buy trade on EURUSD, so it will be better to wait for DXY to break this level. But as long as price was still trading above this level, so EURUSD might still like drop to the downside. So now let's look at GBPUSD. So GBPUSD as well is still looking bullish. So GBPUSD was also looking bullish at the moment. So this was like this was like the major level here. So price broke above this major level, and also we have a retest of it. So I got into a buy trade at this point. So we have a break of this level, then we have a retest of it, and also around this region. So price still range around this region. So we still have a range around this region, and now price move back to the downside, test the level. So now when price still broke above this level, so we still have a retest of it. So if price continue back to the upside, so this was just a clear break and retest of this level. So if price continue back to the downside, so we are going to be expecting a further movement to the upside back to 1 point. So it's going to be around 1.42 1.4200. so that's going to be like the next level target on GBPUSD, but that can only be possible if the US dollar continues back to the downside. So the reason why I'm just talking about the US dollar is just basically because if the US dollar decides to continue back to the upside, so if that level definitely hold and price continue back to the upside significantly, EURUSD and GBPUSD, AUDUSD and NZUSD will continue dropping back to the downside. So the overall direction of the market have been to the downside for a long time. So I'm just saying that if this level does not hold, right? I'm sorry, if that level on DXY, if the level does not hold and price drop from there, so it might be possible we have a further push to the upside on EURUSD and GBPUSD back to this next major level. But in a situation whereby the DXY continue moving back to the upside, so all this break and retest might just be a trap. So all this break and retest that we are seeing here, it might just be a trap. So price might just broke this level and then continue back to the downside. And if that happens, then I'll still be looking to go into a sell trade, because the overall direction of the market have been bearish for a very long time. So I don't think that the market structure can just change like anything, so just like that. So what I'm just saying is that though the market structure could still change, but I'm just saying that if price, so what I'm just saying is that if this level, right, if the US dollar continue moving back to the upside, so it might not be looking good for the breaches plan for the GBP. So price might continue dropping, and if that happens, then I'll be waiting for a break of a counter trend line for me to go into a sell trade. So the way I'm looking at it is that, so yeah, we have a break and retest of this level, and also if I still draw a Fibonacci, it's still aligned perfectly with the Fibonacci, but it's aligned perfectly with the 50 Fibonacci level. So price was still price got into it and now start moving back to the upside. But the reason why I'm not got into this buy trade is just because the US dollar was at the strong zone at the moment. So price was currently sitting at the confluence zone, so price could continue back to the upside from that level. So that is why it's still risky to got into a buy trade on either EURUSD or GBPUSD. So I'll just be watching until price broke that level. So if I could get maybe a clear confirmation, so I might be got into the buy trade, but I will not be got into a buy trade until price broke that confluence zone on the US dollar. So until when price broke this level on the US dollar, so that's when I might be looking to got into a buy trade on EURUSD and GBPUSD. Though EURUSD and GBPUSD is looking bullish at the moment, so they are very much bullish at the moment, but still price was still finding support at this key level. So it's still likely that price move away from this level back to the upside. So that's why I said it's still not safe to get into a buy trade and also on EURUSD and GBPUSD. So for now I'll just wait and see how price reacts to this level. So the US dollar is going to be the one to decide on either we are going to be buying EURUSD or we are going to be selling. So that's just my take on EURUSD and GBPUSD and also on US dollar. So like I just said, on EURUSD we have a break and retest of a major level. So we have a break and retest of a major level, and also on GBPUSD as well. So we have a break and retest of a major level too. But that does not mean that we should be got into a buy trade, because the US dollar was at a very strong zone at the moment. So price was like at a confluence zone at the moment. So price could still find support at this level. So it was a major level, a 3-month trend line, and also a major support level. So price was still like respecting the level. So price could still continue heading higher. So that's why I say it's still not safe to got into a buy trade on EURUSD and GBPUSD at the moment. So that's just my take on GBPUSD, EURUSD and the US dollar. So now let's look at like US30. So I talk about US30 on my last YouTube video. So in the last YouTube video that I did, so I talk about US30 and I said, so let me go to the so let's go to the daily time frame. So I said I'll be looking to got into a buy trade after we have a test of the level, and the reason why I say that is because, like I said at the time, so price was, so this was a major level here. So when price broke above this level, so price started trading above it, came back down to manipulate the level. So this was like clear manipulation of this level. So price broke below it, and ever since price broke below this level and start trading above it, we have never had a proper retest of it. So like I said in the last video, so we have never had a proper retest of this level. So now when price, so I say we have never had a proper retest of it, so that's why I said I'm looking to got into a buy trade after price came back down and retest this level, and price already does that, and also the trade already hit TP. So I got into the buy trade somewhere around here. So I just wait for the retracement back into this level. So because after price like manipulate this level, so we have never had a retest of it, so that's why I wait for the retest and also a continuation move to the upside, and Fibonacci still supports this trade to the upside. So we see how it align with the Fibonacci. So this trade still align perfectly with the 61.8 Fibonacci level, so that's why I was able to got into the buy trade, and the trade already hit TP already. So the trade already hit TP, and I think we still talk about crude oil the other time too. So I was not able to got into crude oil because though when price got here, so this was the level where I say I would be expecting price to go to and for me to start looking for say an opportunity. But at this point, price manipulate this level. I even think that price might just continue heading higher from here. So price manipulate this level to the upside. So price broke the downward trend line and also broke the key level. So let's go to the monthly so that you guys could see the trend line clearly. So we have a first touch of the trend line here, we have a second touch of it, and now price have now touched it for the third time. And looking at it on the weekly time frame, so these still align perfectly with the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So if I draw the Fibonacci from here, so this area still align perfectly with the 78.6 Fibonacci level. So I was expecting price to go ejected from this level and also go ejected from Fibonacci level and also from this trend line level for me to start looking for selling opportunity. But I did not got like an entry on this trade. So I did not got an entry on crude at the time because price just got here, manipulate this level and then drop to the downside. So what I was expecting is when price, so what I was basically expecting is even when price manipulate this level and start trading below this level, so I was expecting price to retest the level before I could got into a sell trade. So this was what I was saying. So at the time, this was what I was expecting on crude at the time. So there was a counter trend line here that I was expecting price to book. So now when price was manipulating this level and then I see that price was trading below it and also price already broken this counter trend line, so when price start trading below this level, I was waiting for when price start trading below it, I was waiting for the test of the level. So if we have a test of this level, I would have already got into a sell trade after we have a retest of this level, but we did not have a retest of it. So price just start trading below it and then drop significantly back to the downside. So that's why I've not been able to got into the sell trade. But yeah, price got into the zone and then drop back to the downside, so like as we predicted the other time. So for now, that's just it on crude oil. So what I was still expecting, so on crude oil, if price want to continue moving back to the downside, I will be expecting, so now price was still just like gotten ejected from this key level, but what I'll be waiting for is for me to get into a sell trade. So I'll just be waiting for price to break this counter trend line. So after price could break this counter trend line, then I'll be looking to get into a sell trade on crude oil. So it's very simple, right? So price already broken, start trading. No, price already dropped from here, start trading below this major level, and also we have a retest of it. So though it was not a proper retest, but I will still be expecting maybe a further movement to the upside for price to clearly go ejected from here. So after price go ejected from here, then I'll be waiting for price to clear this counter trend line. So after price clear this counter trend line, then I'll be looking to go into a sell trade. So for now on crude oil, so that's just what I was waiting for. So I did not got an entry here as we predicted the other time. So we predict that if price, so the way I predict it is if price got here inside the trend line level and also key level and Fibonacci level, so I'm expecting a further drop to the downside. But even when price manipulate the level, so I'm still looking to go into a sell trade. So I was just waiting for a retest. So when price start trading below it, so I was just waiting for a pull back into this level, then a further movement back to the downside. But that does not happen. Price just dropped from here, so that's why I did not got an entry on this trade. So but that's by the way. So that's just it on crude oil at the moment. So now if price wants to continue moving back to the downside, so like I said, I'm waiting for price to break the counter trend line and then start moving back to the downside. And if price wants to continue heading higher, so I'll still be waiting for this level to break and retest of it, and then a continuation. But I'm more bearish on this trade because I'm more bearish on this trade. So like I said, I'll just be looking to get into a sell trade if price could break that counter trend and then properly go rejected from this level. So that's just my take on crude oil at the moment. So I think the other pair we talked about last week is GBPCAD. So we did analysis on GBPCAD as well, and on GBPCAD, so at the time I was expecting price to, so what I was waiting for on GBPCAD is, so this was how I draw this trend at the time. So this was how I draw it. Okay, so at the time I was expecting, so we have a first touch and also we have a second touch. So I was expecting price to continue heading back to the downside. So I was looking to get into a sell trade on this, on GBPCAD, because on 3 month time frame, so if you go to the 3 month time frame, so everything was clearly pointing to the downside. So price was still like respecting this downward trend, and also if I draw a Fibonacci, price was still like inside the Fibonacci zone. So the structure still like look bearish on the 3 month time frame, and also price was still getting ejected from the Fibonacci level. So that's why I said I'm looking to get into like a sell trade on it. But what I was waiting for is, so I was just waiting for, price to like, so this was what I was waiting for. So when price started moving back to the downside, so I was expecting price to break this counter trend line and also break this level. So after we have a break of this level, so like I said, I'm waiting for a retest of it. So this was what I was waiting for, but that does not happen. So though price broke below it, but we don't have a proper retest of it. So price broke below the level, so I was waiting for a retest. So after we have a retest of it, then for price to drop from here for me to start looking for selling opportunity, but that does not happen. Price fake out the level and then starting back to the upside again. So price just came back down, fake out the level, and then continue heading higher. So for now, I'm not going to be doing anything on GBPCAD. So I'm just going to be watching it and see how price moves, because price was still like below this 3 month trend line, so anything can still happen. And also we still have a major level here very close to where price is, so price could still go here and go rejected. So for now I'll just wait and see how price move. You see that price continue heading higher and broke. So if price wants to continue heading higher, so what I'm saying is that if price wants to continue heading higher, so I will be waiting for, so if price wants to continue heading higher, so price must broke this 3 month trend line, right? So if price broke it, so then I will be looking for maybe a support level to support the move. So maybe at this area, so if there was a key level here, so I might just draw it out later on. So I will just expect price to go into a key level, and also after we have a break and the test of it, so then I could start looking for buying opportunity to the upside, but price could still drop. So like I said, I'll just be watching and see how price reacts. So for now I'm not going to be doing anything with GBPCAD, so I'll just be watching and see how price reacts, how price move. Either price broke this trend line or price continuing back to the downside. So yeah, so that's it with today's video. So if you guys find this video helpful, so don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and also share the video. So I'll catch you guys in my next video.